duly posted and the court is duly called. As your motion to adjourn the September term?
Second.
All those in favor? Motion carries unanimously. Is your motion to open the October term? All those in favor? Motion carries unanimously. Available open court.
Please rise. The Dallas County Commissioners Court is now in session for the October 2011 term with the Honorable Clay Lewis Jenkins presiding. Please remain standing for the invocation.
And our invocations, they will be given by a guest and friend of mine, Pastor Tyrone Gordon. He was born in Los Angeles, California, received his Bachelor of Arts degree from Bishop College in Dallas, and graduated with honors. Pastor Gordon did his theological graduate work at Fuller Theological Seminary in Pasadena, California. He received his Master's in Divinity degree in 1984 from Perkins School of Theology at SMU. Pastor Gordon is an ordained elder in the United Methodist Church and is a member of the North Texas Conference. In 2002, Pastor Gordon was appointed to St. Luke's Community United Methodist Church, Dallas, Texas. St. Luke's current membership is 5,000. I think you're a member. And Commissioner Price is a member. And it's one of my, I'm a Methodist. It's one of my favorite churches to visit. I'm blessed every time I come to your church. I think Lorraine, dear Bella, I don't know if Lorraine is here, but during the campaign, Lorraine had a church, and she joined your church in the middle of our campaign. Because, you're a blessing to the community. So thank you for coming.
Thank you. Let us pray. Oh God, our Creator, our Sustainer, and our Provider, we come this day acknowledging your sovereignty, your power, and your love. In humility, we bow in your presence, and we even worship you with our daily lives. We ask now for your wisdom to clothe these, your servants, who make decisions that affect all the residents of Dallas County. Guide their actions and their interactions so that decisions they make this day will be in accordance and in alignment to your will and your desire for all of humanity. May the power of your peace surround each of them and your spirit of discernment infuse them. Oh Lord, you have already shown us of what's required of us. You said you wanted us to do justice, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with you. This is what we ask for each member of this Commissioner's Court as we place each in your hands. We submit to you, your will and your way, so that your will be done on earth and in Dallas County as it is in heaven. We ask this in your holy and awesome name. Amen.
Amen.
Welcome to this meeting of the Dallas County Commissioners Court. Today we'll be considering items on our official agenda, recess for a reports and formal work session. Then we'll hear from registered speakers, of which we have, I believe, one today. The court will then convene in closed session to consider matters as allowed by law. We have one resolution today, and I will read it and move its adoption. And at this time, I would ask this resolution is for mental illness awareness week, and I believe we have John Dornheim and Tina Adler here. If you folks are here, or anyone else who is a part of helping this much in need portion of our population, please come forward. One only needs to pick up their morning newspaper to see the need for more help for the mentally ill, and we thank you for your service. Whereas mental health is essential to everyone's health and well-being. Whereas mental health or mental illness affects 1 in 4 families and an estimated 195 residents of North Texas. Whereas mental illness includes such brain disorders as schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, and major depression. And whereas people who live with mental illness can recover to lead full, meaningful lives with the help of proper medication, treatment, and support. And whereas NAMI, N-A-M-I, Dallas, Inc., an affiliate of the National Alliance of Mental Illness, encourages our greater Dallas community to observe Mental Illness Week every October. And now therefore be it resolved that the Dallas County Commissioners Court is hereby proclaimed October 2nd through 8th, 2011 to be Mental Illness Awareness Week in Dallas County, and commends Annie Dallas Inc. for its essential work in this area, and I move for its adoption. All those in favor? Aye. Motion carries unanimously. You want to say a few words and introduce those who came with you today?
Yes, my name is Tina Adler, and this is Sherry Cusimano, Marsha Rogers, Ashley Ziegelter, and John Dorheim, and that's Barbara with Cigna. Thank you, Judge Jenkins and the commissioners, Cantrell, Dickey's not here, but Garcia and Price. We at NAMI Dallas appreciate all that the Dallas County Commissioners Court does for people with mental illness. I myself am a person in recovery from severe and persistent mental illness. My journey has been long and continues today as I facilitate support groups and help train people in the latest recovery skills available. Part of recovery is giving back to those in need. Without a compassionate and thoughtful Commissioners Court, many of us would not be in recovery from mental illness today. Mental Illness Awareness Week is a time when we celebrate our successes, thank those who have helped make recovery possible, and reach out to those who have not yet discovered the road to recovery. Thank you all.
Thank you.
And I just want to say they're part of the DHLT, this whole behavioral health leadership team, and what we call the redesign in terms of mental illness. The state, because Dallas County is part of the 7-county North Star funding, there's some real challenges in terms of the spins and the dishes and all of those that are involved in the issue of delivery of mental illness services. In fact, we're still vetting out whether or not we're going to probably take maybe a $2.5 million hit as a result of what happened in the last appropriation in the state legislature. But I just wanted to appreciate NAMI Dallas for all that they continue to do to stay in the coalition, and of course, Green Oaks and Sherry and all of those individuals who are our partners. Thank you very much for all you do.
Thank you.
All right, next we will consider our consent agenda, which is item 9. Is there a motion on the consent agenda? So moved. Second. All those in favor? All motion carries unanimously. Next item is the bids. Is there a motion on the bids? Second. All those in favor? Motion carries unanimously. Next we'll consider Court Orders 11 through 34 and 81, pulling Orders 12, 15, 16, 17, and 18.
I'll move Court Orders 11 through 34 to 81, including Court Orders 12, 15, 17, 16, 17, and 18.
Is there a second on that? Any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none. We'll call the question. All those in favor? Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Next, we'll turn to our briefing session.
Judge, Commissioners, good morning. You have your briefings in front of you. In the interest of time, I don't need to go through every single one of them. I do want to share that the item on the Commissioners Court Administration, which is the bill, we want to hold that for at least a week, maybe longer. Shannon has a few more details she needs to work out on that item, but there are no other questions on that I do bring up. So anything on the briefing agenda, most of these will come back next week.
Please come back. I mean, if someone has an issue, then they need to bring it up now. Otherwise, expect court orders.
Right, they will come back to court orders next week, correct?
I had a quick question on the Abotronic machine. Yes. Mr. Tucker, coming in here?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I know we're doing, I know you want to use the rest of these HOPA funds, and we've got to use them by December 31 or lose them. I'm concerned about a couple things with the ES&S, so I'm just wondering, what the status of that is. Most of the other counties that use a different vendor, and I think our upgrades and fixes a lot more expensive than the other counties? Or are we commensurate with Harris County and Bear County and the other big counties?
We are.
We're pretty much.
Pretty much in line.
And the problems with the machines, have those pretty well much been fixed? As far as,
Well, the only problem that we're talking about today is the voting booth. The voting booth has a connector.
right,
And that connector, when during transport, they're putting them in trucks, they're
we're gonna fix
stacking
that
them.
by buying some more connectors and or machines or repairing the machines, right?
We're repairing the voting booths.
And so, are you pretty confident that the ES&S machine will last us for a while, or, I'm just kind of nervous because I don't want to.
Well, the issue that we have now, ES&S has a different version, a new version of the Ivotronic, but that version has not been certified in the state of Texas. So right now, what we have that's been certified in the state of Texas, this is the latest version. And the only thing that they're updating is software within the equipment.
And that's not incredibly expensive, the software upgrades.
No,
Okay, and
but
then,
to purchase a whole new voting equipment from Hart or anyone else, you're talking about almost $10 or $20 million.
Yeah, the little
so you're pretty confident that comes.
Yes, we've had no issues as far as the equipment working properly at any of our locations. It's just the battery. We're having to put more batteries in. We're having to replace those voting booths. And it takes time to go out and do that.
When the company's viable, it's not going to go under and leave us without any software support.
Oh no, not yet. It's one of the top voting equipment vendors in the nation.
Okay.
Well, you and I talked yesterday about this. It's pretty much only the holder of the voting.
Right, it's the booth. It holds the machine. The only thing that the machine, that the voting booth does for it is give the electricity to it.
Right.
So it doesn't work, there's a battery, there's a couple of battery backups inside the machine. And it does nothing to the votes or anything. If the power goes down, you just can't power it up. We don't lose any data. You just won't be able to use it at that time because the battery brings up the light so you can see the ballot. It doesn't destroy any data inside.
Thank you.
And one last question. Say 5 years from now, if they pre-clear this new machine, can we bring in some of those new machines, and would they be compatible? If we have to buy more machines, would the new ones be compatible with the old ones, or would we have to buy a whole new system?
You would have to buy a whole new system.
Is that true no matter who we're doing?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's all I got, thanks.
Judge, if there are no other questions on briefing, I do have some travel bring-ups. I have 10 HHS employees, including Director Thompson and Dr. Wilson, who had to go to Ennis for the tuberculosis investigation at Ennis High School. And since it was out of county, we do have to travel here.
Thanks for joining, Albert.
really, my understanding, they had to welcome back, they were glad to see you.
Yeah, we got the welcome
Yeah, yeah, at the Dairy Queen.
We're going to switch back out of order. We're trying to blow through things today because we have a special visitor in town. But seeing as how we're making good time, we are going to go back and cover a resolution from Commissioner Cantrell. So I recognize Commissioner Cantrell.
If you want to come up, anybody else that you want to bring up?
We'll open back up take a motion to open back up the regular session, since we're in briefing session. So moved. Second. All those in favor? Motion carries unanimously.
Judge and Commissioner Dow, move I'll read the resolution and move its adoption. And it's regarding the National Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Whereas we recognize the vital role that technology has in our daily lives, whereby citizens, schools, libraries, businesses, governmental entities, and other organizations utilize the internet for keeping in contact with family and friends, managing personal finances, performing research, enhancing education, and conducting business. And whereas critical sectors are increasingly relying on information systems to support financial services, energy, telecommunication, transportation, utilities, healthcare, and emergency response systems. Whereas technology provides new opportunities for economic growth and for free exchange of information around the world. Yet it also provides for the increasing threat of malicious cyber attacks, loss of privacy from spyware and adware, and significant financial and personal privacy losses due to identity theft and fraud. And whereas the month of October is National Cybersecurity Awareness Month, which encourages vigilance and protection by all computer users, therefore governmental entities must work closely together to reduce risk and build resilience in their shared critical information and communication infrastructure. And citizens must be proactive and responsible in the road to secure the cyber networks used every day. And whereas information sharing provides a collaborative mechanism to help states and local governments enhance cybersecurity, and Dallas County provides a comprehensive approach to help enhance the security of this level of government. And whereas Dallas County Information Technology Department provide a broadcast email each Tuesday and Thursday during the month of October to heighten awareness and educate employees about cybersecurity, and host an IT security awareness event for the area local governments. And whereas the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, the Multi-State Information Sharing Analysis Center, the National Cybersecurity Alliance, and the National Association of the State Chief Information Officers have declared October as National Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and all citizens are encouraged to visit these sites to learn about cybersecurity and put knowledge into practice in their home, school, workplace, and businesses. It is therefore ordered, adjudged, and decreed that the Dallas County Commissioner Court approves and hereby proclaims the month of October 2011 as National Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and so on.
All in favor?
If you were ready to make any comments.
Certainly, we thank Commissioner Cantrell and the rest of the Commissioners Court for the opportunity to adopt the resolution for this month to hopefully help to raise the level of awareness on cybersecurity. Certainly in the old days, typically you thought about the issues of just physical security, but now I guess the real name of the game is going after people's information. And so we want to go through actually help to raise the citizens' awareness of the need to go through and actually protect their information citizens as they actually go do more and more business actually online. And with that, we'll actually really come up to actually get trouble.
Commissioner Judge, in the few years I've been here, we focused most of our security on the infrastructure side, auditing, logging, protecting things. But real security strategies can't go forward without including the end users. And it's, in my opinion, we've come to that point. And recognizing this month, I want to use that as a springboard as we go forward to start bringing in the employees in Dallas County to promote security awareness and training. So there'll be more things coming. So I'd like to thank you for the past few years that I've been here for supporting what we've implemented, going forward, what we're going to do. And then this month, like I said, the broadcast will be going out. Everybody don't always read those things, so there'll be questions in those. So I hope that'll be able to, it's easier to keep the employees reading those. It'll all be security focused. And then at the end of the month, we're going to be hosting a security event here for this region, different municipalities, counties, law enforcement. Currently, we have McAfee, who's confirmed to be a speaker, their CTO, which I'm excited about. And we're working on maybe one other. But thank you for your support, and we'll keep plowing ahead and try to make things safe for Dallas County.
Thank you for the work.
All right. Any other resolutions? And we have one speaker. So now I'll go back in the briefing and we'll recess for our public speakers.
Judge Farsley?
Yes.
I want to thank you, Judge, and all the entities that have been working on this issue. I think that was some of the salvation there is moving in the right direction.
Thank you very much. Bailiff, we will hear our
Court attendees are hereby advised that this meeting is conducted in accordance with the provisions of the Dallas County Code, Section 74-71. Visitors and registered speakers are preserved order in the quorum at all times. Personal, profane, or slanderous remarks are not appropriate and will not be allowed at any time during this public meeting. Any and all applause is kept brief in observance of time constraints. Disruptive visitors and/or registered speakers may be removed and are subject to the penalties provided in the State of Texas Penal Code, Section 38.13, 42.01, and 42.05. Registered individual speakers are limited to a maximum of 3 minutes, and the maximum discussion on any one topic is limited to 30 minutes.
All right, and our only speaker today is Mr. Sam Gross. Mr. Gross, please come forward. Mr. Gross, before you begin speaking, just for our rules, do state your address, and when speaking, you'll hear a beep after you state your address, and then at the conclusion of your time to speak, you'll hear another series of, I think, 2 or 3 beeps. Just finish your sentence at the end of that 2 or 3 beeps, and thank you for coming to speak to us today. Go ahead.
Yes, my name is Samuel Gross, address 1626 Solitude, Solitude Drive, East Dallas, Texas 75241. The reason why I came here today, I'm a little concerned. I've been interviewed on CNN, Anderson Cooper, Fox 4 International. My concern is my mother, who died in 1970, was a resident of Dallas County. Also, I myself is a resident of Dallas County, born and raised here. The reason why my mom's estate has been in probate court, was an estate opened up in 1970. This estate continues. I've just been made the determined heir by order of the court after 40 years. And what I found out that these assets could not be distributed due to the fact that the estate was closed by order of a court in 1991. Social Security Administration, through a liaison, has identified that her database was changed in May of 1983. Now that I'm the determined heir, I have filed a bill of review, which is independent equitable action. My concern here today is what are we going to do for estates that continues to not be administered properly as the other citizens. I've filed numerous of filings. I've only found out that the estate was open in 91. I was 9 years old. I am the only determined heir by order of the court. I've spoken numerous occasions here in the county, and so therefore I am, and my mother is a victim of identity theft. She assumed a new identity as a business in the city of Arlington in Tarrant County in 1980, before I became an adult by marriage. So my concern to the Commissioner's Court, with all due respect, is I've asked for a distribution order. That was my main course in speaking today. I do believe that the Internal Revenue Service, but my point here is today is how are we going to handle estates that are not being administered properly? And how do I succeed in getting an administrative order at this point? I have filed a bill of review last Friday, and I've asked that the estate be reopened by order of the court, entered into its record, so I can receive funds. Thank you.
Yeah, and Mr. Gross, just so you know, I'm concerned about your plight, but there is nothing that the Commissioner's Court can do to help in a probate matter, because that section of the law is handled by the probate courts of Texas. We don't have jurisdiction over. We're not the appellate court for the probate courts. It sounds like, from what you're saying, mistakes were made in the 70s or early 90s. Please
do feel free are you in a probate court here in Dallas? Is this case now?
The estate has been closed. I've had 3 judges has recused themselves this year alone. So therefore, the estate, my mom's trust was opened up a month and a half after her death. Her estate has been breached and compromised.
Well, please tell the probate court judge of your concerns also with any deficiencies you see in the probate system, and then they can look at that. Our overview of the probate courts, if you will, is strictly limited to some budget review of them. The appellate court for the probate courts is the Dallas Court of Appeals and the Supreme Court of Texas, and ultimately the United States Supreme Court if they can take that case. But we do appreciate you coming, and thank you for visiting with us.
Judge, with all due respect, is compliance issues or that addressed with the probate court, or is a compliance issue addressed with the other county commissioners, or when an entity that operates within the county of the state and they are not in compliance, what is?
It would not be us. It would be the Supreme Court of Texas, and depending on the infraction, it could be the State Bar of Texas or the Commission on Judicial Conduct. But unless it's a misappropriation of their budget funds, it would not be us.
Misappropriation. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, sir. All right. That concludes, amazingly, that concludes the business of the Commissioner's report. Well, now, executive session, yeah. We'll now adjourn into executive session. We'll be reconvening the public session and recess for our closed sessions authorized by Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code as previously posted. Any action as a result of that closed session will take place in a subsequent open session. All right, who's ready to go see the president, y'all? All right, see the president.